Studios here in Robertsham. And we've come to the back end of the show and we're wrapping up with a very, very important story. This morning, we bring you a truly inspiring story that hits a bit closer to home, right here in Robertsham, our neighborhood. The Robertsham Residents Association is spearheading a transformative project, the development of Caro Road Park, a vision to turn an ordinary space into a vibrant hub for families, for children, and community life. It's more than just a park, it's a promise of unity, joy, and a shared pride in a place we all call home. And joining us right now to talk about this community driven dream and how you can be a part of making it a reality, we are joined by none other than Zaheed Subjee from the Robertsham Residents Association side. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Welcome to the show. Really appreciate you giving us your time.
Assalamu alaikum, Salero, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
The pleasure's all ours. I think if you can just give our listeners a bit more insight regarding the Caro Road Park project, what it's all about, what's the inspiration behind it, and how did it all begin?
Thanks so much, Salero. So essentially, the Residents Robertsham Association was set up with the one purpose in mind to make the lives of the residents of Robertsham and the wider community better. So provide them with a more quality of life. What we've noticed as residents is that we have so many parks within the south, particularly Robertsham, Ridgeway, Winchester Hills, but all these parks are unutilized. So we pass these parks day in, day out. We just look at them, but nobody uses them. And there's many reasons for these. And this is because, number one, of dumping. People are dumping dirt in the parks. It's dirty. It's not nice to sort of, play there and do their thing there. It's unsafe. There's people sleeping in the parks. And also we found, when we're doing our fact-finding mission with regard to the parks in the south, we saw that many of these parks have people in there which are actually, using drugs and so on. So again, residents are passing the parks, are scared to use the parks, scared to take their children there as well. And we thought to ourselves, this is an opportunity for us as residents of the South in particular, to really come together as a community. Let's put our minds together. Let's see exactly what we can do as residents of this community to uplift the parks in the South and hopefully make good use of these. They can become good assets to the community. So, yep.
No.
So, yeah, go ahead, Sunil.
Yes, I want us to, as I'm hearing you speak, I want to hear about the plan in itself. If you can walk us through what the park will include and what can residents look forward to when the plan is ultimately put into place and is executed.
Yes. So what we want to do is, number one, is gate the park. I think if it has a clear view fencing around, people feel more, safe to use the park. They can bring their children there. They can bring their elderly as well. And then we have various projects which we want to initiate. So, for example, we want to put in, a jungle gym for the children, create some sand pits, hopefully put in some trampolines, make walkways for the elderly as well. So we want to make it a really, all-round park where people can come and enjoy, not just the young, but also the old. I don't know if you remember back in the day, if you're old enough, but we used to go to the Zoo Lake on a Sunday quite often. People used to be there, picnic around, used to take your bicycles as children. People used to be walking around. And we want to really do the same for this park at Caro Road, but also make it a pilot project for other parks in the South as well, So this is really a heartfelt appeal to all those residents in the South and not in the South as well. And also to businesses in particular, that, if you want to join us in this journey, you want to partner with us as well, we're happy to have you on board, not just in terms of monetary donations, but if you come and you view the park and you say, we can give you, 5 bags of cement if you need it, or, we can do this for you, or we can do that for you. We're really happy to have you on board, and, we're happy to partner with you on our journey.
No, definitely, and very, very important to have members of the community involved. What stage are you currently in when it comes to the development? Has any groundwork began yet, or these are still the teething phases of the project, and you guys are still dotting and drawing up plans?
So we have started our sort of initiatives already, and we had a very successful soup drive, which we've done within the last sort of 2 months. All the ladies in the community, and I must say I'm very proud of each and every one who's contributed to the soup drive. We've raised quite a bit of money there, but we need to make this dream a reality. We need more funding. We need people on board. So the first step of this sort of initiative would be to put the Clearview fencing on. We sort of almost at the mark, not quite, but we do feel within the next month or two, we hopefully can initiate that Clearview fencing project. But then again, Salelo, we need people to come on board, and really to make this beautiful dream a reality. The community needs to stand with us, and hopefully, we can make this dream a reality.
No, definitely. And I want to reiterate that point of the call for support that you guys are making. You've been calling on donors and partners to support this project. What kind of help is needed most urgently right now? That those that are listening and watching right now could be being a part of and support and donate towards.
So first things first, obviously, like I said, funding is the main key. But then again, like I say, if businesses or community members, come on board and have discussions with us and, realize and say, we can offer you, for example, bags of cement, or we can offer you with, jungle gyms, or we can do things for you. It's just not from the monetary perspective. We're willing to accept any help or any assistance that, community members and businesses can afford to us. And expertise as well. If you have somebody that can do something for us, and you can bring them on board, and we're happy to really accept any assistance that people will provide, essentially, Saleno.
Let's talk about government. Usually public parks, these kind of spaces are government spaces. They're supposed to be taken care of by the government, whether it's city parks or Joburg Zoo. What kind of interactions have you had with them? Are they involved in these upgrade projects? Have they been helpful? The local council also in itself, just overview of the authorities and how they've been a part of this project.
So we have had some discussions with city parks, and alhamdulillah, we've been successful in the sense that we've been able to semi-adopt this park. What it means is, obviously, we can perform these projects, autonomously, obviously abiding by the guidelines set out by the council. But it has been a bit challenging in the sense that sometimes we do find that these parks are very filthy, they're not being cared for correctly. And therefore, that really spurred us on as a community in the South to say, let's take on this challenge, but not look at it as a challenge really, but more of an opportunity. This is an opportunity for us now to come together, alleviate some of the pressure from the government itself, or city parks essentially. And we can come together and really do things that we want to do with the park. We're comfortable with the park. And really spearhead this project in the sense that, make it a safe environment for one and all. People can come and enjoy and really do things that, that will make the lives of the community sort of members better. Yeah.
No, definitely. Let's talk contact details. Members of the community, business people that want to get involved. How do they get in touch with you? What can they offer you guys?
So the Robertsham Residents Association email is Robertsham ra@gmail.com. That's ROBERTSHAM ra@gmail.com. And then residents and businesses can also contact me on my number 07222 60964. And sisters can contact Sister Fatima Raja 072 278 6527. And just one more point from my side, Salelo. If sure. If residents say, we just want the du'as from people as well. I think that's vitally important. I think we need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well more than anything. And we're trying to do something that will hopefully uplift the community. And this will be a pilot project for other parks in the South as well. So, we want to make this a real success and hopefully replicate this, all over. We really hope people would join us on this beautiful journey and support us in any way they can. And if even if they want to join the cause in terms of committee membership and so on, we're happy to do so, and we look forward to having people on board.
No, definitely. I think we're going to leave on that note, and yeah, we'll call on a lot of people to be involved. I think this is a very, very important initiative, and I think it's important that people start moving away from government. Saying government do this,
Yes,
government do that. I think for a lot of
exactly.
times we've seen that the government has its shortcomings, and we can't just sit and let our spaces deteriorate. It's time that South Africans and members of the community actually do something, and I think this is very, very commendable step that you guys have taken. And I think us here at Salam Media, as people who are in this community, also will help in whatever way that we can. We'll try and get in touch with you and make sure that this dream does indeed become a possibility, because we are here also, Robertsham.
Yes,
This is our park
yes,
also
exactly.
as a station. Zaid, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. And I hope the next time you and I chat, it'll be the official unveiling of the new Caro Road Park.
Thank you so much, Lalo, and thank you to all the listeners as well. And we look forward to all the assistance.
There you go.
Salam.
Zaid. Walaikum salam, Zaheed Subjee. He's, yeah, I think one of the community members that needs to be commended a lot. He's from the Robertsham Residents Association, and yeah, man, it's people doing things for themselves. The dream of Caro Road Park, could be more than benches and playgrounds and walking trails, but it can also be testament to what's possible when a community believes in itself. Here in Robertsham, people are not waiting for change, but instead they're building it and making sure that it does happen. So yeah, you can get in touch with Zaheed Subjee. His number is 072-226-0964. And yeah, you can be part of something bigger. Instead of waiting for government to make things happen, I think, you can be a part of making it happen also. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for staying with us for the last 2 hours. It's been another insightful one. Really miss being behind the mic. And if you missed, any of the interviews and, shows that we've had, you can head over to our website, www.salammedia.com. There's podcast there. You can head over to our social media pages, and you can rewatch whatever that you might have missed from Salam Media. There's so much happening here at the station. There's so many initiatives that we've embarked upon this year alone as part of our hashtag Global Voices for Gaza. If you're following us on our various social media platforms, I'm sure you've already seen that it's chock-a-block. It's going to be a very, very, busy and very, very important couple of months here on Salam Media, and want you to be a part of it. We want you to be a part of the change that we're trying to make. We want you to be a part of supporting independent journalism. It's a space that's very, very challenging. It's a space that is going up against some of the most well-funded, most organized institutions in the world. And because of you, because of the listeners, and knowing and understanding the mandate like stations like us here, Salam Media, have, I think it's very important that you follow us on our various social media platforms, and you take a look and pick and choose what initiative you want to be a part of and you want to be involved in, because there's a lot that's going to be happening. And yeah, going to wrap up the show with that, but I'm not leaving you as is. I'm going to introduce to you one of my most favorite segments of the show. Is called hashtag Fired Up with Imran Chunara, the CEO of Africa Muslims Agency, and he's also a personal excellence coach. He has a very wonderful segment here on Salam Media. It's called hashtag Fired Up, where he gets you motivated, excited for the week, gets you to think about the direction that your life is taking, some of the decisions that you've been making, and yeah, I think you're going to be listening to that. But from myself, Salailo Makwidir, and the rest of the team, I'll be back with you again tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of News and Views. Otherwise, shap shap.